Hello, testing, what did you? This thing on? Testing. Working? Huh. This thing working? Let me see here. Huh. This thing working? Let me see here. Yep. Huh. I heard double. Huh. Yep. Oh, yeah. Oh. This is working alright. Yeah. Working. Alright. Good. We're about to start. We're starting soon. Yep. Actually about to begin. Right now. Oh, hey. Excuse me. Huh. Yeah. They're tick. Good? Yeah, right. Excuse me. What's second line doing? Right. Pardon me. Hello, everybody. My name's Alsonic, and welcome to another live reaction video where this is technically a part 2 to more of Dead by Daylight's 9th anniversary broadcasts. Yeah, Dead by Daylight's year 9 anniversary live stream, part 2. Whenever I did a live reaction video to the 9th anniversary broadcast of Dead by Daylight's 9-year anniversary broadcast, yeah, well, they got a part 2. Yeah, they actually have a part 2. Look at this. Bam. Right there. Hey, a part 2. This is part 2. Yeah, didn't I already react to this? I could have sworn I did a live reaction to this already. Yeah, I did. Dead by Daylight's 9th anniversary broadcast. It's part 2. This is part 2 down there. Dead by Daylight year 9 anniversary live stream, part 2. We're doing a live reaction to it. And it's basically a live stream for Five Nights at Freddy's chapter. Yep. It's for Five Nights at Freddy's. It's all Five Nights at Freddy's. I cannot wait to see what we're going to see. They're going to reveal we're finally going to see Springtrap's gameplay. We're finally going to see more on the FNAF chapter, Five Nights at Freddy's chapter, in Dead by Daylight. Yeah, I can't wait to see a bit more on the stage. They're going to show a lot more than what we've already seen from the previous 9th anniversary broadcast that I did a live reaction to. But now, this is like part 2, and the previous one I react to earlier this month, so now this is like a second one, part 2 I guess, where it's all just Five Nights at Freddy's last year. And I've never really done a reaction video to most of these chapters, you know, these live streams they do when they go over the chapters. It's a death stream where they go over the chapters, like they did what's it called? The Houndmaster one, there's Tokyo Ghoul, there's Castlevania, those past live streams they did for those chapters, right? I know I didn't do a reaction video to, but this is probably the first one I do a reaction video to over Five Nights at Freddy's live stream. Yeah, it still says year 9 anniversary live stream part 2, where it's all mostly focused on FNAF, Five Nights at Freddy's. So part 2 of the 9th anniversary podcast I already did a reaction to, with part 2 of the first one. How about these reactions just twice in a row? Hang on, it just says it's waiting. Waiting for Dead by Daylight. Let me see if I refresh the page. Please don't do anything to me. Okay, never mind. They're just late. They're just delaying. I see. And yeah. Late. Yeah, everyone else is like late. Yeah, this is the live chat. The live chat over there that I'm reacting to. Jesus, the live chat on the video that I'm trying to react to. What the heck are they all saying in their blue stuff? They're like, start it, come on. Everyone's like, come on, we want to see it, start it, go. Ah, funny. Yeah, polyester. Yeah, I watched polyester. Anyone know Polyester? That's a Fog Whisper, a Dead by Daylight content creator who goes by the name Polyester. Hey, he's doing a live reaction video to this too. He's live reacting to this, aka co-stream, live reaction, co-stream, whatever you want to call it. And there it is. Here we go. Bam. Let's see this, guys. Hey dude, what's up? Here we go. Stream starting soon. Dead by Daylight's 9th anniversary. Part 2. Part 2 of me reacting to this. Now, if you were here earlier, I did a reaction video earlier this morning. That was for PSO2 New Genesis's, NGS headline wave. But now we're reacting to Dead by Daylight 9th anniversary. Part 2. True. Can't wait to see. What are we going to see about Springtrap? Five Nights at Freddy's. Can't wait to see more of it. And they kind of already said what they're going to do in this video, like in the description, but yeah, I can't wait to see more of it. See more of what they kind of reveal. They actually threw some teasers. There's some teasers over this. I'll probably go back and look at the teasers later after I react to this, but yeah. Then again, we'll just pretty much see what those teasers are talking about in this broadcast that I'm doing a live reaction to. Well, live reaction, co-stream, what's the difference? I mean, it's kind of the same thing. When you're live reacting to something, you're essentially co-streaming it. Yeah, I am basically co-streaming this if I'm live reacting to it. Of course, pretty much. How's it going, dude? What's it? What is it? What is it, dude? How's it going, dude? Doing good? Let's see it this time. Let's see how this goes. What am I saying? We're gonna see more on Five Nights at Freddy's. One of the most anticipated chapters. One of the most highly requested chapters in Dead by Daylight. Five Nights at Freddy's. What the heck, man? What? Not like Friday the 13th? To me, I personally feel like Friday the 13th is like one of the big chapters. And we don't have Jason Voorhees yet. Now we're talking about Five Nights at Freddy's. It's huge. Yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's is huge. Of course it's huge. Like, I may not have played every single Five Nights at Freddy's game, but I've watched a lot of other content creators play the games themselves. I'm still trying to play all through the games myself. I got through the first game, remember? Remember how long it took me to finish the first game? God dang it, man. A lot of stuff that goes into this chapter for Dead by Daylight is it's all referencing to the first game, which I got through with. I'm trying to get Five Nights at Freddy's 2 done. Funny enough, the movie, the live action movie for Five Nights at Freddy's 2, the movie, live action movie made by Blumhouse. Oh, is it not start? Sounds like it. Could be. I don't know, maybe not. Guess I'll just sit here and talk about it here. What you saying in the chat? I know you said something. Sorry I didn't respond to it. Yes, sir. Just woke up. How's your day going? Going pretty good. Just got through a reaction video earlier this morning, and now I'm doing my second reaction video for today. 2 reaction videos in one day. I'm gonna probably go live on Twitch shortly after I'm done with this reaction video here. Over this, I'm gonna go live on Twitch and check out the P2B public test build for Dead by Daylight's the newest chapter. Five Nights at Freddy's and the P2B. I'm gonna go check that out, but I'll be live on Twitch doing that. I think there's Twitch shops too. I'll check those out. Yeah, after I'm reacting to all of this, I'm gonna try and check all this stuff out during the public test build when it goes live around 12 o'clock. Yeah, it's at 12 o'clock Eastern time, which is 11 o'clock. Got something here. Yeah. Just kind of good this. That's nice. Yeah, the microphone muted at that point. Thanks, Ma. Yeah, like mother. You can do that. Like a smoother milkshake or something. Yep. I forgot what it called it. What is it? I can't even say what it is. I kind of said, yeah, I got something to drink there. It was nice. What was I even saying? I can't remember. Oh, right. I gotta go live for the PTV after reacting to this. The PTV is in relation to what I'm reacting to. Right, it was 11 o'clock a.m. Central Time, my time. 11 o'clock my time. 12 o'clock Eastern Time is when it goes live after this ends. Yeah, this is start at 10 o'clock. It's almost 10 o'clock, so it's about to begin. This thing that we're reacting to. Cool, I'll be there, yeah. Which I'll do shortly after I end this reaction video. We're gonna go check out all the stuff that they'll probably show in this broadcast I'm gonna do a live reaction to. This Dead by Daylight 9th anniversary stream that I'm gonna do a reaction to. It's a part 2 to the first one. Funny, this is all talking about Five Nights at Freddy's entirely through this one, I guess. Thanks, Ma. That. All this. Yeah. Yeah. Can't wait to see Springtrap in action. Like, see the killer in the game. Like, the actual Springtrap from Five Nights at Freddy's. Inside, just walking around in Dead by Daylight. Can you imagine? I mean, sure, we saw a trailer. We saw a little teaser trailer. The last time we saw the first part of this. And I'm reacting to this again as a part 2. Where it shows entirely, mostly Five Nights at Freddy's. Who knows, they might show a bit more on the next chapter after Five Nights at Freddy's. You know, Walking Dead. The Walking Dead, that's where they teased that. He was shown and Rick around. Oh, here we go. It's about to start. Oh my god, it's about to start. I can tell just by the silence. It's already 10 o'clock. Oh my god, here we go. Here we go. Let's see it. Oh, okay, there it was. It's the music starting up again. Alright, fine. Funny. Not even 10 o'clock yet. And people were like, it's late, start. Not late. It's not even 10 yet, but now it's 10 o'clock. It is 10:01 right now. I love that. I like that music. Remember I said I would play this on loop for hours? When I was playing Dead by Daylight in their 2v8 mode. It's good. Yep, I got more. I got more of this. Yeah, it's just like, oh, fuck. It's filling it up. Yeah, that was good. That's a little something for in the morning. Like for breakfast or whatever. Pretty much, just like, I can't even say what it is. Like, I know it is, I just can't find the words. Yeah. All we can do is kind of wonder and predict what.
Hey, we're here. We're back. We're back.
Hello.
We're here. We're live in Montreal.
Started.
We're live in our studio, in our brand new studio. In the studio.
New studio. Who this?
Who
right?
dat?
Who's that palette?
That is a palette. That is also a coffee table.
Oh,
It's got coasters.
You know, you
This is
recognize
funny.
this, but also
look at this.
not a picture frame. That is actually a video screen. We're not going to make use of it today.
It's a
so we
part
literally
2,
just got
man.
it installed. Streams in the future. We're going to be having a lot of fun with a lot of these. They look like static picture frames, but
Wow,
I'm really
that's
excited for
cool.
us to have this
Look at that.
here in our own studio in Montreal, so we can do more stuff here, including videos that you do all the time, interviews, whatever. So yes, hello, welcome. There are a lot of you out there.
Oh.
Thank you for joining us. This is actually our second live stream of the month of May. Earlier, we were at PAX East in Boston, where also a bunch of people showed up in person, which was an incredible delight to meet so many people I only knew as online.
We're showing the anniversary of that too in here.
To ham it up in front of a live audience was pretty fun. So we just wanted to say thank you for that.
Oh.
That was our first big live event in a long time, and y'all showed up. So hopefully that means we can do more. And
Yeah,
only
that's
negative about the
nice.
event, we were not joined by Dork
Yes.
due to visa issues.
Yeah, it was really sad to be watching from the sidelines, but the hype in that room was electric.
Yeah.
So, like even being at home, but just rooting you guys, that was just amazing. So I truly hope that maybe in the future I'll be able to meet you guys in person. But for now, let's get into today's live stream, which we're talking about part 2 of our anniversary live stream with the Dead by Daylight Five Nights at Freddy's official live stream. And today, especially at PAX, you guys got a little taste about what was coming with this chapter, but now we're going to be talking about the map, the new gameplay, and the anniversary event, which is right around the corner.
We just gave them an app, and now they're getting the full pizza.
Yeah, the new full pizza.
Half of it.
If you
Now we're
are
gonna see the
new
full
to Dead
pizza.
by Daylight, which I suspect
Pizza.
some of you are,
Pizzeria.
there are a lot of
Pizza.
people here. I'm looking
Fun
at
app.
on camera. Hello, camera 2. If
Hello.
you're new to Dead by Daylight, I just want to quickly explain what's going on today. We're doing our stream, obviously, and generally we try to do these when we have either a release of the full chapter or, as is the case today, a PTB. If you don't know what PTB is, a public test battle.
Yep, PTB.
Flipping knows.
Public
What it
test
is
build.
a test tool for us on the development team.
I
Truly,
just said that
it's
earlier.
It's a chance for
This
us to
is
get
good.
the build out early, find some rough edges, anything that might not be working, and get it
I'll go live on
up to
Twitch for
gear, up to
this.
snuff for the full release, which is coming on June 17th. So I just wanted to set the stage for you in case you didn't know what PTB is, because we'll mention it a few times. But that is planned
I
to
mentioned
go
it a few
live
times
as soon as
earlier.
we wrap up the show here today if we time it perfectly. So stay tuned. All right.
All right.
So Five Nights at Freddy's is our most requested chapter of all time.
See?
You have
Even they
wanted
said
this
it.
for a long time.
It is their most requested.
FNAF fans have wanted it for a long time. DVD fans have wanted it for a long time.
Yep.
I have wanted it for a long time. Now it's actually
yeah.
happening. So let's not delay any longer. We'll show you what's
Show it.
coming in
Now.
the show today with the run of
Tired
show.
of it keeping the secret. Let's see
So, we're gonna
Springtrap
kick
running
things off
around
with
on
a
the
segment that
map.
You've been waiting for Five Nights at Freddy's gameplay.
Look at that. Play that
known as
Springtrap.
Springtrap.
The final
And helping
twist
us
of
out, we're gonna have
Massacre.
Jason Guzzo back with
The
us to
final?
talk about Springtrap's gameplay.
The
but
final?
also the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza map.
Yes, and then next I'll be
Fazbear
joined on the
Pizza
couch
map.
with Justin
A
Banks,
quick collection.
who's going to break down the
Creator
this year's
program,
anniversary
live
event
Q&A.
and show us everything that's going to be happening for this last Twisted Masquerade.
What?
Then we'll have a new
Final
face on the
Twisted
couch, which is
Masquerade.
going to be Hollis from the product.
It's just
team,
like
who's
the
gonna be
Blight,
running
the
through
Eternal
the
Blight,
latest
Hollowed
collections
Blight.
That'll be rolling into the fall.
The Eternal
here in
Blight
a
was the
couple of
last
months.
Hollowed Blight
And then
event.
after that, Eric and I will be back on the couch to talk about the Dead by Daylight Creator Program, which I know a lot of our content creators out there are at the edge of their seats waiting to hear news about, so stay tuned.
And we also have another thing to share with you that is
That's
new.
funny how they say that.
Maybe you saw it in your news yesterday in the game. Little spoiler. We're going to be talking about the extremely cool new Dead by Daylight stats tracker that's coming up. We're going to be able to watch in-game stats and progress as you play, which is really neat.
Ooh.
Yes, I cannot wait to see how many times I've died. After that,
That's silly.
well, obviously, it's going to be, wouldn't be a Dead by Daylight live stream without having some Twitch drops. And we're going to have 3 amazing Twitch drops for players to
Look at that.
redeem on Twitch. So make sure you're looking at the Twitch chat or looking at the...
I'll go live on
photos.
Twitch
Go
and
ahead
we
and
can
put your
get
link in your
these.
behavior
When I go
account.
live
So
at
if you're
Twitch
not
after
missing,
reacting to
it
this.
starts today up
Yeah.
until June 10th, but maybe, Eric,
First
you
day.
want to tell us what we're going to get?
I do, although I don't
Look at
know
that.
it matches what's
Final
in the
Feast banner.
image. So we have 3 drops for you, but actually the first drop is a combo. You're going to get blood points as well as a smiling clown badge. Sorry, I don't. What I have written down versus what's in that image are not the same thing. So we're going to put it together. But we get it.
There's a fourth
Smiling
one.
clown badge, 200,000 blood points bundled together for watching 1 hour, a clown den banner for watching 3 hours, and
Yeah.
pin the tail on the Maurice charm for anyone who accumulates 6 hours
Weird.
of watch time. Oh, Maurice, how I missed that.
Oh.
I miss him. I have to do my
Oh,
hit
Maurice.
taps at the map.
I know. I hope he returns to us soon.
The horse.
Before we dive in, one last thing we did want to mention if you've been around for a few weeks.
You guys can hear it okay, right?
At the moment, which I've been so psyched about, tied to Aurella's release. And it has already, well, it's finished, but it has over $200,000.
Oh my God.
And that's before the multiplier that we're still calculating right now. So thank you to everyone who contributed to that charity. It's going to a really great cause, the Saint Justine Foundation here in Montreal, to help kids and their moms. So thank you. We'll announce the final number when we have it from the numbers people, but it is well over $200,000. So crazy.
That's a lot of money.
Okay. Without further ado, let's talk about Five Nights at Freddy's, playing a Springtrap, and bring out our dear friend Jay Guzzo, the Killer's designer.
Let's see it. Woo! Sorry guys, playing a Springtrap. Dude! That music. What the heck? That sounds so weird, that music. What the heck, man? The music. Sorry if I got loud there. That's so weird. Is that like the chase music? You gotta be kidding me, man. That's what we're gonna hear when we're dealing with this guy on screen? Dude, okay. What the heck, man? This is weird. This is so weird. What the heck? It's funny. What music is arcade on stream? Well, yeah, I know, right? Sounds so weird. Just seeing him on screen there as a still image. Dude, that music is creepy. That's the Five Nights at Freddy's like music in Dead by Daylight? Or something like that? Or the theme mixed with Dead by Daylight theme. That was weird listening to that.
Whoa! I was waiting for Jay to tell us when we're ready, but we're
live. What was all that? Like, good God, man. Seeing Springtrap on screen there.
Hi, Jay. Hi. So from the time that we announced that Five Nights at Freddy's was coming to Dead by Daylight, obviously the excitement has been off the charts for Five Nights at Freddy's fans, DVD fans,
it's not even funny.
myself,
I know. Exactly.
Like,
what the heck, man?
Who's the killer going to be? Are we going to get a map, et cetera, et cetera? Yep. We answered those things in a high-level way at PAX a few weeks ago.
Awesome.
Indeed, we will have a killer Springtrap. For the first time ever, you get to play as Springtrap.
Only on how he wants it to be done.
Well, if
because it's his baby, his creation.
And also, we'll be bringing So Jay has come here to join us. And if you have watched streams before, you would know Jay for such hits as Chucky and also Dracula. Jay is the killer designer on both of those, as well as Springtrap. So, how are you?
You did Dracula.
I'm doing great.
This guy, Dracula and Castlevania in here.
Jay. So let's get into it. So as I mentioned, you worked on some pretty iconic licenses already. So
can we see them?
When you were assigned Five Nights at Freddy's, what was it like when you first started working on that chapter?
It was really interesting. I didn't have a lot of experience with it. Excuse
me. Let's stall and show the guy in the game already.
I was obviously.
Why?
I mean, everybody is. It's become so iconic in such a short period of time. But I'm going to be honest, I didn't really realize how kind of deep the lore and the story went before I started kind of looking into this chapter. So it's been cool, and like the story is way more horrifying than I ever thought it would be, to be honest.
Oh yes, despite how cute it is, very horifying. And actually, I think that's a very initial comment.
They look all cheery and like, oh, I have to go lucky friendly.
Deep lore on both games, much more than you'd expect. And once you dig in,
it's
really cool stuff.
Messed up. Like you actually know the lore. It's pretty much.
So I guess the way you mentioned it,
I remember
sounds like you had to do a lot of research to get up to speed.
Yeah, for sure.
From the games. You've been watching other people play the games now.
Licenses like this is they give me.
What the first
excuse, I guess, a reason to be.
That's a rough way to go or
one
die.
Specific franchise or IP. And that's always amazing. You know, Chucky, I got to watch all the movies, and Dracula, we played the games.
There's more of the stories in the books too, though, not just from the game.
My main thing was
the books for Five Nights at Freddy's.
Watching streams, I watched 60 to 70 hours of content.
Weird.
Of, some of the more popular streamers, I guess we can say, all through all the games, including the VR stuff and things. You know, not just to see the games and how they played, but also the players, how they react, the community, how they react, what kind of, getting the inspiration for the experience of FNAF, Five Nights at Freddy's, excuse me.
FNAF.
And I think that's a really special thing. You didn't just tackle it from a mechanics point of view.
You said
You want to
FNAF.
understand the community. You want to understand the
FNAF.
players, make them feel as
A
welcome.
short way of saying Five Nights at Freddy's.
Dead by Daylight, sorry.
He's like, excuse
no,
me.
we're going to be doing this a lot.
Funny.
It's just quicker to use acronyms. So I think that's a
Funny.
great touch. So any surprises you found along the way as you were doing that?
Yeah, I mean, this won't be a surprise to most people, but it was to me, was, like I said, just how passionate the community is. They're like you said, it's very similar to DBD in that respect of like very passionate fans and very passionate community. People who kind of, they watch the trailers and they watch gameplay and they pixel peep.
Oh, yeah.
And they kind of start stringing things together, and I imagine there's at least a few Five Nights fans with like the boards with pictures and the string all over them.
Yes,
That's
which
funny.
Jay, you're kind of famous for with Dracula. Hand drew some meme-worthy art.
Really?
So maybe we'll have some more. But yeah, they're probably picking
That's
apart
funny.
our outfits as we speak. Like, what does it mean? What is it? I just wanted people to see my cool new mint-colored shoes. That's all.
I just wanted people to see, don't know if I can show it. My daughter bought me Freddy Fazbear socks for Christmas.
Likewise, my son gave
Just
me
see 'em?
his Freddy plush
Socks.
for good luck today. So.
Oh, yeah, he's holding
are
a
loving
plush.
it over here.
He's holding a
So before we jump into the
Freddy plush.
gameplay, why don't you
Funny.
tell us about how you started to approach the design of Springtrap?
Can we actually see
it was
him in the
really interesting
game?
because
Show
obviously,
Not just a
you know,
still
both
image.
games, gameplay-wise, they're pretty diametrically opposed. Five Nights at Freddy's is really about sitting still. You manage resources, particularly the battery,
Yep.
and try not to get killed. Whereas
In the actual
DBD is all
game.
about moving around, doing the gens. If you sit still,
Flipping through
you're gonna get
the
yourself
Not a
killed.
cameras.
It's not a great idea. So
Looking through different cameras.
kind of nailing down what the quintessential Five Nights at Freddy's experience is. Things like the security office, the battery power, all those amazing jump scares,
Yes.
and just
Oh,
kind of
God.
figuring
Don't
out how to adapt to that.
mention
into
the jump
context of
scares.
DBD.
Perfect. So
You're gonna
with
throw that
transition,
into
let's
this
get
game
into
now?
Springtrap
Great,
specifically
man.
and
What
his
the
gameplay.
son of a...
Yeah, so
I remember
one of
that
the
when I was
goals
playing
for
the
Springtrap
Five Nights at
was
Freddy's, the
figuring-
first
to
game.
figure out
It's just
how
stupid.
to lean into those
I can
jump
see
scares, which are kind
go.
of the thing about the Five Nights at Freddy's
Or
games, right?
Donnie jumps on you on the screen. Oh, dang it.
without
Like, ah!
making him just a straight up stealth killer. Which
Because
was
I
really
remember
hard
that
for.
back then.
So I had this
That's what he was
idea
just
of
talking
doing
about.
something that we'd never really tried before, where
Funny.
we focus Springtrap kind of
Looking back
as a
at it.
grab-based killer, because we have grabs in DBD. They are inherently jump scares into themselves.
Good
they're
God!
right there. So we just kind of leaned into that and gave him more of those opportunities.
There he is right there on screen, by
There
the
he
way.
is, yeah.
We have another one of him. A
God!
little bit of a grab.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whoa!
And we gave him a pretty unique projectile, which is really cool. So Springtrap has
What?
2 weapons. I get to finally announce. I know the community have been talking about it. So he has a large pizza knife as his main weapon, and
Pizza knife?
a heavy fire axe as his power.
Oh, the fire
He does throw a fire axe.
So
you got
let's
the
talk about the
kidney.
axe. How do you
Oh my
use the axe?
God.
How's it different from projectiles that other characters in Dead by
Actually
Daylight
throws a
use?
fire
Yeah,
axe?
so it's a very
No.
it's not going to play like
Really?
any other projectile killer that you've tried before.
Yeah.
We wanted to do something a little bit interesting with it. So if you
Okay.
threw the axe and it hits something in the environment, whether it's a missed shot or it's deliberate, it creates an AoE that
This
lasts
guy
about 15
grabs
seconds.
you? How many killers actually
With a
grab
survivor
you in the
walks through
game,
it,
aside
you
from
get kill
Wesker?
instinct on them for a short period of time.
Albert Wesker.
If you hit a survivor with it, kind of gets
We're
lodged in their neck
nothing
while you're
but
chasing.
a
Kind of have an
pizza
axe lodged in your
that
still a
needs
little bit.
to be
so
sliced
they can remove it
in his
manually.
eyes.
Or they can do
Ew.
it in co-op with another
And
survivor.
put like that.
As Springtrap, you can also retrieve it yourself. If you get in close, you can skip kind of the steps of downing the survivor and picking them up. You get in close to the survivor that has the axe embedded in them. You click the button, grab the axe and the survivor at the same time. You get a cool little jump scare, and then you're carrying them on your shoulder.
Wow. You hear him just say that?
One of them
Dude,
is,
just look at him.
while you have your projectile available, you move
Oh my
4.4
God.
meters per second. There he is.
There's a little glimpse of some jump scare action.
But
Looks like
once you've
that in the
thrown your
game.
axe, you actually
That's
move at
creepy
4.6
looking, dude.
meters per second. It's something that we've never really done.
Genuinely creepy looking in the
It
game.
makes for some really interesting tactical choices, meaning
How you
that,
make it look like that compared to the actual, like,
the
Five
axe
Nights
game.
at Freddy's
It
game?
never comes back to you automatically unless you throw it out of the map, because you can make a mistake. But yeah, as long as it's in the environment or in a survivor or whatever it is, you have to manually recall it.
So it lightens his load a little bit, makes him a bit faster.
Exactly.
Perfect. So
Like,
that brings us to another unique part of his gameplay.
The dude can grab you.
Super iconic to Five Nights at Freddy's,
Oh.
the security office.
Oh.
Let's get into that.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So it was really important
We're
for
gonna,
us
don't
to
tell me
give
to stand
Killer
there.
and the survivor a really kind of interesting
Again.
shared experience in that space.
I'm not gonna sit down again.
which
looking
allowed us
through
to understand
cameras?
into the jump scares. And some of the ways we
We actually
came up
do.
with was to introduce the security office.
Oh,
which
come
is
on.
part of any trial that Springtrap is the killer. It's part of his power, but
Wow.
it acts as kind of a transitionary space. So we have 7 doors that appear randomly around the map at chest spawns, and these can be used by survivors or killers to teleport around the map.
Yeah,
What?
There be a door.
There it is.
Those
Survivors
doors.
can also use them for
Those.
surveillance. So as a survivor, you interact with the door. It brings up the camera view. You'll get the kind of iconic map view in the bottom right of all the different cameras. On the bottom left, you see your battery power, which we'll talk about in a
Oh
second.
my god.
You can see
Really?
what's going on in the other doors. You can switch between doors.
From the
You
actual
can see
game.
something that if it looks safe on the other end, you press the button.
They actually do that.
Your character goes into the security office, and then it's kind of like a hands-off, almost like a theme park experience where you see this first-person view going through the office, which is really cool.
Wow.
And one thing you mentioned, again, just in case we have new folks playing, regardless of what map you're playing on, this functionality, the security room will be there as long as Springtrap is the killer in the match.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
okay.
And as a survivor, if you happen to see Springtrap through a camera, if you train your camera on him for a few seconds, he'll be revealed for a little bit for the whole survivor team.
Nice.
Oh god.
And what about if, like, what if Springtrap goes in at the same time as a survivor goes in at a different door and they meet?
Yeah, so since they can both use
Oh.
the doors in the security office,
Yeah.
we wanted to make sure that there was an opportunity for that interaction. So
Oh, no.
if the survivor is moving through that space from one door to the other, and Springtrap, excuse me, chooses one of those 2 doors, whether the one they're coming from or the one they're going to, he'll interrupt them in the security office for a fun little surprise.
Oh god.
Awesome.
Oh.
I love all the little touches that the team has
Comes to a
planted
jump
in there
scare.
like that. I think the fans are really going to love it. Including this, you mentioned the
actually
battery.
do.
Managing the battery is part of this as well. So how's that work in DBD?
That again
So
too?
survivors share a universal battery. It's shared amongst all
Oh
of
my
them.
god.
It drains a little bit, kind of ticks down per second while you're using the cameras.
No.
Players
Just like in the actual
the
game.
man in the chair
Yeah.
and just sitting there and telling all their friends. So it drains a little bit.
Yeah.
Using the teleporter to move around the map takes off a big
Teleporter?
chunk in one shot. And then you have to kind of manage that battery as a team. It slowly recharges on its own over time, but you have to kind of manage when and where you're using it. If the battery does run out,
Oh god.
the security system, which is kind of the doors, the cameras, the office, goes into shutdown mode for 45 seconds.
Uh-oh.
But Springtrap is not
Ew.
affected by the battery. So if the
Wow.
survivors have kind of overplayed their
Yeah.
hand and they shut the security
Just like
office
the
down,
actual games.
they've kind of given up their one bit of power in this
Right.
chapter, and Springtrap can still use the doors and bounce around
Oh,
and do whatever he
dangerous.
wants.
Wow.
Dangerous.
Just like
Fantastic.
in the actual game.
What about disabling the doors?
Yes. So yeah. So to go back to the axe,
What door's not working?
if the killer hits either a camera or a door, the whole thing with their axe, that door and the camera becomes unavailable to survivors. They can't use it to teleport away. They can't teleport to that door, and they can't see through the camera that's been disabled.
Got it.
When the killer retrieves it, that effect lingers a little bit. It becomes a really cool way of like, I need to scope this area out, but I don't want to be revealed or seen. You can disable the door, move around, use it to fake the survivors out.
Got it. But it's not permanent. The door can be used again after the axe has been retrieved.
Unless it's in shutdown, which means the survivors can't use it anyway.
Right.
Oh.
Okay, so speaking about moving
I
around
don't
the
know
map, which it sounds like
Springtrap.
we have a new exciting way to do that.
This is not power.
One of the
You
coolest
guys
things
have
about the
power.
chapter, in fact,
Yeah,
is the
survivors
map.
do.
Freddy Fazbear's Pizza is now a new map, a new level within Dead by Daylight for DBD fans, specifically in the Withered Isle realm. So what can you tell us about the map?
Yeah, so the art team and the level design team, much like me, they did a ton of research, and like I don't say this just because we're doing the stream here, but it's becoming one of my favorite maps. I love it so much. In the same way that we worked hard at kind of integrating a lot of opportunities for jump scares into the killer gameplay, their team really wanted to make sure that they did the same when it comes to things like Easter eggs and scares on the map. So it really pays off if you're kind of an exploratory player a little bit.
Amazing. So are there some areas that you want to shout out that Five Nights at Freddy's fans might recognize?
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a lot. You'll see a lot of small references and stuff, but obviously we've recreated a lot of kind of the iconic areas from the game. But we're also letting you exit the pizzeria to explore the outside a little bit, which is really cool. And we wanted to kind of add a little bit more space to allow for more dynamic chases and whatnot.
Yeah.
But for the rooms, we've got the lobby, we've got the dining hall, of course, with the full animatronic band on stage. It's very cool. And we have the arcade, which is, it's all very kind of creepily decorated like a birthday party. And, we have areas
They
like
have
the
that
kitchen,
in the actual game.
even the mechanical room, which is cool. And
We can
yeah,
see a
there you
little
go,
glimpse
yeah.
right there, too.
Yeah, so altogether, this should kind of feel like I guess a formerly working pizzeria. And, of course, since it's Dead by Daylight, the entity's weird pustules and deformations are everywhere to remind you exactly of where you still are and
You're
where
making
you're
a
stuck.
judgment call on those pustules there, Jay.
But if you're a Five Nights at Freddy's fan, I think you're really going to love the map. They've done a lot of really cool work.
Yeah, it's super fun. And it looks really good, too. The art team did knock it out of the park. But also with Springtrap wandering around, it's like a terror. And I think for Five Nights at Freddy's fans, like, whoop, you're going to be in familiar territory.
Yeah.
Unfamiliar.
So one other nice thing that we did mention on the PAX broadcast, but I do want to mention it again, we're going to have a separate queue for this map specifically, which means you want to go to the game and you just want to check out the map. Normally, in the past, you'd be in the general rotation of maps and all that. Now you can go straight in just to the pizzeria without having to hope that you get there. So it's going to be its own queue when you join the game.
Yeah, and that's a feature that's going forward with any chapter with a new map. They'll have a unique queue for that new map, which is really cool.
Good to know.
Okay, how about some last tips for survivors and for killer players?
Yeah, so for the killer, as Springtrap, get used to the arc of the projectile. As I said, it's super unique. Compared to other projectile killers, we've done something that really allows you to kind of pull off some pretty gnarly trick shots. We've seen some really interesting ones on our internal playtest. It's been super fun. So test that out, get used to it, and take advantage of the jump scares.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you're playing with your friends, hearing them shout in your ear is always a great time. But for survivors, take advantage of the cameras and the doors. It may seem a little unsafe because you can be interrupted or whatever, but they're really valuable tools if you get used to them and you use it to reveal the killer and kind of scoping out the area. You'll get more of an advantage out of them than I think you realize at first.
Heck yeah.
But yeah.
Well, Jay, thank you so much, as always, for joining us on the couch with your wonderful work and the fun stuff that you've planted in there. Soon enough, people will get to play around with it. I know you're going to be glued to your Twitch screen so you can watch people play and test it out. Thank you so much for joining us. The show must roll on. So next, we're going to bring out our friend Justin Banks to fill you in on DBD's anniversary event that's right around the corner.
Bye? Oh, I never seen a gameplay trailer or anything like that. Final Twisted Masquerade. Okay. So it's the final Twisted Masquerade. They've been doing so many Twisted Masquerades for the anniversary event. Now it's called the final Twisted Masquerade. Kind of like similar to the Hollowed Blight, Hollowed Blight event. That's called the Eternal Blight. Instead of Hollowed Blight. The Eternal Blight was the last one. Now this is called Final Twisted Masquerade. That's what that kind of seems similar to. when you think about it. New, yeah. Yeah. Great. Yeah. Oh, this final twist masquerade. Ah! What's that? Look on the mirror. No. No.
Okay, so
No.
one of, oh my God, my throat. I died. But one of the best things for Dead by Daylight that makes me really excited around this time of year is that there's always something to celebrate. And this year is no different. Because not only are we welcoming in Five Nights at Freddy's to the Fog, but also our anniversary event is right around the corner. So what better way to party and welcome back the anniversary event and get ourselves nice and warm by the fire than with Justin Hanks?
Thank you, Dork. I'm really happy to be back with all you guys out there. It's another masquerade, another year where they dust me off, take me out of the locker, and get ready to talk to you guys about what is happening for this year's masquerade.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm super excited to hear how we're going to be partying it up in this this year's anniversary.
Silly.
Yeah, so there's lots of stuff going on, and it's a special one because as I think you saw by the title just before, after 4 years, this is going to be our final masquerade. We have lots of laughs, lots of fun, and the response to all of the gameplay, the cosmetics, the aesthetics have all been incredible since we got this party started. So our final masquerade event is actually going to start in about a month and run from June 25th to July 16th.
June 25th, July 16th.
Sad to see it go. I mean, it was a really, really fun theme that we worked on internally. We've had a gas working on it every single year. But we're going to close out with one last big hurrah before moving on to something completely brand new for our 10th anniversary next year. So I don't want to hype, I don't want to tease, but come back a year from now and we're going to have something really special for you.
I'm really excited to see what we come up with. But also when in terms of actual gameplay, when we're talking about the return of Twisted Masquerade, is it true that the team decided to work on fine-tuning what we've currently got instead of adding new things to the whole shebang?
Yeah, exactly. So there's a few things that we're doing to really focus on the quality of life of the game overall. So you've seen all of you guys out there, I don't even know which camera I'm looking at. That one. All of you guys out there, you've all seen how we're pushing for quality of life. We want to make sure that it's the game that... You know, it's the game you guys deserve. You've stuck with us for such a long time. We're fixing long-standing bugs. We're adding features to just improve your overall experience. And we want that to translate to how we deal with events as well. So we made the decision to focus a lot of our resources on that quality of life and less so on adding to new gameplay features for this final Twisted Masquerade event.
Okay, so in terms of that then, what can players expect to see returning to the Fog with this Twisted Masquerade?
So returning... Well, I can just summarize by saying all the really cool stuff that we've done before. Again, it's fun to work on this stuff year after year. So what we have coming back are the invitation powers that are super fun that you can collect as Survivor or Killer, and you'll have different powers to use their charges for as the match goes on. We are bringing back the Bag of Tricks that we introduced last year, which creates a random effect on the match, you know, that happens based on the progression of completing generators, accumulated with whatever hook stages are at, to really keep things dynamic, keep it moving. We're also bringing back Father Campbell's chapel, decorated, you know, for the entire party, and you know, it's still all the same decorations as last year, you know, but we're signaling the party's coming to an end over there. Yeah. And we'll even have a little bit of Five Nights at Freddy's theming showing up in our anniversary lobby.
Okay, I love the fact that the lobby is going to be like a party in more ways than one. Plus all the returning content. I mean, what's not to love there? I cannot wait to get my hands on my invitation just to cause ruckus. So when you're talking about the quality of life, though, are the players going to be able to experience that in the gameplay with Twisted Masquerade this year?
Absolutely. So when we were looking at how quality of life applies to, let's say, the game as a whole, we're saying, well, there are some elements of events that could work better for a better player experience. So while by and large everything from the event was really well received, we know people enjoy the invitation powers, the bag of tricks, etc. There was one big friction point from last year that we wanted to fix, which was the remote hook power for the invitations. So we've tweaked that a little bit just to apply some quality of life to this event itself, to make sure that as a killer is using it, it's no longer instant. You can't just look at a hook and bam, the survivor goes there.
Okay.
Now what will happen is the survivor has to look at a hook, they'll hold a button for a period of time, and then the survivor will be teleported. And it will also be obvious that the killer is doing this so the survivors have time for their counterplay to make them drop their partner. So we're really hoping that creates some more friendly gameplay, you know, some less abusive elements, and just an overall much better party for everyone to play through.
Okay.
Great. I'm really excited for that. Yeah.
Wait, who worded that?
In addition to that, last year we pulled back the curtain on our host of the anniversary that, you know, we've shown around in quite a few assets. We showed off last year in, you know, a lot of ways. Our darling Trix. So since this is the last masquerade, her presence is going to be a little less felt, so you won't hear her or see her as often. And then she'll just be, with the masquerade, fading away into the fog, you could say.
Oh, that's really sad that we're going to see her fading away, but I understand. At least we get to enjoy her while we still have her.
Yep.
So with this being the last hurrah, what does this mean for the Twisted Masquerade rewards and outfits?
So this is probably one of my favorite parts to talk about, because when we see these concepts every year, it's amazing. These are so creative and fun to work on. So we wanted to use our final Twisted Masquerade as a way to catch up on all original characters who did not previously have a mask or outfit.
Okay.
So what you would see here is that we are adding masks for any survivors that are originals that did not previously have a mask. So we've got one for Vittorio, Jake, Tori, Sable, Claudette, and Orella. And then on the killer side, we only had one that's missing a mask, so we have a mask for Houndmaster. And then what we have to supplement that to keep 6 collectible pieces per roll is 5 killer anniversary weapons that look amazing. So for that, we've got one for Trapper, Nurse, Huntress, Doctor, and Spirit.
I cannot wait to get my hands on that Spirit one.
Yeah, oh my god, they all look so damn good.
So good.
And we've not left out 2 other characters because those are going to get the fully earnable outfits from the event. So we've got David King and the Wraith. So fully decked out, ready to celebrate the party.
Look at that.
So with that, we're catching up on all of our original characters,
Who
making
was
sure
that?
everyone is able to dress for the party for our final masquerade, which I think is really cool.
It's super cool.
And one thing that we've started to do over the past few years is introduce what I'm calling guests to the party.
Okay.
So some licensed characters who are getting outfits. Now, I don't want to spoil anything, so stay tuned for Hollis's section after, as he shows you who is guest starring at the party.
Okay. And hopefully they've rolled in that 20 on style.
Oh, maybe a spoiler there.
Wow.
Okay, so I know a lot of people are going to be thinking about this, myself included. I'm very curious. So when it comes to the time-limited Twisted Masquerade collection and the items, what happens?
So, as we've done for events and event collections in the past, like this one, we have it only available during the period of the event, and then when the event happens again next year, all of the previous iterations come back in the store. Since this is the last masquerade, what we're doing is going to be a little different. We have to adapt because we don't want these to fade away forever. So we are tentatively planning for these to come back in the store permanently at a certain point in the future. But we can't give specifics exactly when that is going to be.
That's nice.
So when this masquerade ends, everything will disappear. And when we know when they are coming back, we are certainly going to be communicating on it. So players can be aware and they know when they can come back and get any masks they missed, or if they joined us later, come in and pick them up then.
That's going to be awesome, especially because like this time of year anniversary is like a huge thing for our community. So this is a huge win, I know. But also, aren't we doing something else to make this a little bit more special?
Absolutely. So I was talking about how we want to make sure all of our originals have masks or outfits to celebrate the party.
Oh no.
But we want to make sure that all of our players have access to all of these originals too to celebrate with. So what we're doing is we're putting all of our original characters on free trial for the entire duration of the event. So if there's a survivor, a killer that you've not ever played before, you've been interested about, pick them up, play them in the normal queue, play them in the event queue, really go nuts. And then if you actually want to keep them, we're going to have some really sick sales going on. So, get them at a really nice price and keep celebrating with them.
Well, that's
awesome,
that's
Justin.
Great. Thank you so much for giving us the full rundown on the anniversary event and the Twisted Masquerade. It's so sad to hear that it's going to be going soon, but we're going to keep it together.
It's going to go out with a bang.
At least we have that, right? At least we have that.
With a bang.
All right, so next up, joining me on the
Just
couch
like the
is going to be a new face to the stream. So please join me in the chat with a warm welcome
Eternal
for
Blight
Hollis,
was the last
who's going
one.
to be giving us a full rundown on the latest
Final Hollow
collections that are
Blight
rolling into the
was
fog.
the Eternal Blight. Remember the Eternal Blight event before the Haunted by Daylight event? It had to do with when the Blight came into the game as a killer. The Blight. Why the whole event was called Hollowed Blight. The Hollow Blight event. And there's a Hollow Blight collection. Then there's the Eternal Blight, which was the final one. This is kind of similar, but with the Twisted Masquerade event. Final Twisted Masquerade event. Don't tell me, is Trick's gonna become like a killer or something like that in the future? Just like the Blight. Blight was talked about so much, and then he finally shows up in the game as a killer, the Blight. You know the last Hollowed Blight, it was a Halloween event.
Okay, it is upcoming collections time.
Since 2018.
You know I love talking about collections, and here with me to talk about them is a new phase, our senior live specialist, operations specialist, Hollis, to give us the full rundown on everything that's going to be coming to the Dead by Daylight in-game store in the next couple of months. So welcome to the stream. So, Hollis, how about you go ahead and give us a rundown about your role real quick?
Yeah, so my day consists mostly of scheduling and setting things up for the in-game store. So stuff you see like the collection banners, outfits, the bundles, weekly gifts, sales.
And Lucas.
I've also worked on a few of the collections.
The second half, the second part to the anniversary live stream. I reacted to. It's all the first one. This is the second half.
On that note, speaking of content creation, I am sort of moving further in that direction as I'll be the person
heading up. Not much. Let's see, guys.
Okay. Speaking of player cards, that was actually one thing we missed to talk about.
Yeah, it was fun playing with you too. I know, same here, dude. Why haven't they showed the gameplay? I know, man. I was wondering, where's the gameplay? I want to see Springtrap in action. They showed Springtrap though. I was like, whoa! Did you see the way he looks in the game? That's holy cow! Jesus!
What can you tell us about what's going to happen?
It looks more creepy compared to the actual games. The way they made him look in Dead by Daylight looks so more real. Looks more creepy compared to the actual games. Bringing him into Dead by Daylight.
Wearing his masquerade lich outfit, as well as Baymar, who is wearing
look at that
masquerade musician outfit, and man, I wish I could grow a mustache like that.
No, the way they made Springtrap look in here. He still looks like himself from the games, but into this game, just visually wise, like, good. Yeah, so the guy actually grabs you and does jump scares, like he does from his own game into this game. Springtrap.
All that be available in the store on June 20th at the start of the event.
Okay. So
I know.
Is there gonna be like
I will be checking out gameplay when I go to the P2V public test build. Later after I end this reaction video, I'll go live on Twitch.
Okay. On top of that, we'll be doing 25 to 50%
I'll be checking out the Five Nights at Freddy's chapter in the P2V.
It's a great time to pick them up and add them to your roster.
Later after I've done this reaction video over at Twitch.
Obviously, we kind of
and there's Twitch drops too. So yeah.
This is a bit emotional. But after this, the party will be over. It'll be our. I know. Ghostface. I know.
Only Ghostface will do
Let's keep it together. But
yeah, I remember that.
Because before we close the curtain, we've got other things happening right before, right?
That's correct. On
looks sick, and the power actually sounds complex. I know him throwing the axe, the fire axe.
Now, as you know, Dave and Matt.
I've heard people speculating that there was going to be a fire axe. So look,
no one's seen.
Turns out there actually is a fire axe. Wow.
Packs. First of all, what are you doing?
How he uses it.
Second of all, you would have saw that we revealed our Yellow Rabbit legendary outfit for our new Killer Springtrap.
Look at that.
Incredible outfit from the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
That's Matthew Lillard.
Matthew Lillard, who played William Afton on screen before the Springlock accidentally turns him into Springtrap. Now, this outfit has original voiceover from Matthew Lillard.
That's cool.
It was recorded just for Dead by Daylight, as well as some special voiceover and animations in the lobby.
Okay,
wow.
I cannot wait to get my hands on that. But are there going to be other versions of Springtrap?
You're going to be playing it today. Yes, I'm going to be playing it today. Public test build.
Now, Glitch Trap first appeared in Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted, and its sequel.
They put Glitch Trap in here.
Played a very crucial role in the story, so it's amazing to have him as
FNAF VR.
And as an added bonus, for
look at that.
Legendary
outfits, it's a legendary outfit. That's cool.
Well.
Nice.
Glitch Trap portrait badge for Glitch Trap, and a yellow.
I know it's going to be popular skin big time. Oh yeah.
When you buy that as well. We also have
look at that. That's cool.
Very rare outfits for Springtrap, which are both taken from Five Nights at Freddy's Special Delivery, the mobile AR game, which
that's
are
yeah,
Clown
VR game.
Springtrap and Toxic
Whoa.
Springtrap. Now, Clown Springtrap is pulled straight from the game, looking just like fans will remember him. But we put a twist on Toxic Springtrap to really make him our own.
Toxic?
But that's not all.
Nasty.
Show their love for FNAF.
Dude, look at that.
The Freddy Fazbear's t-shirts available for all original.
I know, they're going all
You
out.
can buy them individually or
look at Dwight.
That's gonna be great. I mean, I love.
Like, yeah, I know they're going all out. So many skins. I know, right?
And I think
they're cooking. Yeah.
That's why I love the next collection you're gonna be talking about.
Dude, Toxic Springtrap. Do you see what I mean? How weird and creepy he looks?
And as the name implies,
God dang, it looks real.
Casual clothing. Letting us add more variety to characters who've kind of been stuck with one look in the past. So, for example, a guy like Gabriel, who's often portrayed in space-themed outfits, we finally gave him something more casual to show a different side of his character.
That's nice.
So good.
He's a handsome man, isn't he?
Handsome man.
Handsome. On top of Gabriel, we also have outfits for Tori, who will be taking a break from her cult robes.
That looks so good.
One I know you're very
nice.
about, which is Talita, who is getting some pants and escaping her shorts and skirt purgatory that she was in for a bit there.
Talita mentioned, yes, pants!
Thank you, Eric.
What the heck? Pants!
Pants!
What the hell, man?
Spam pants emotes.
Yeah.
Pants.
I don't know if those exist.
Pants.
And finally, we have
what the heck?
Patty as well.
Oh my god.
And this collection will be hitting the store on July 2nd, right at the start of summer.
I cannot wait. Obviously, I'm very excited for pants. Pants. But with that,
what the heck, man?
With the pants, I get to be nice and comfortable while I'm hanging on the hook. I mean,
those
I'm gonna be there
skins are
anyway,
awesome.
so I might as well be comfortable.
I like the Springtrap ones.
If you were on the hook with
the Glitch Trap?
Yeah.
Oh my god, from the VR game.
But we also want the killers to be nice and comfortable as well.
I was wondering if they were going to do Vanity. You know, Vanny?
We're bringing up the
Vanny
Brothers collection, which will be joining the Fog on July 8th. Coming in with a
there's Vanessa from Security Breach, right? There's another rabbit named Vanny.
Since the artist outfit is a legendary outfit inspired by
I was wondering if she was going to be a legendary or not. You know what I'm talking about in Security Breach? I guess she's not a legendary yet.
So excited.
Not yet, but I guess not.
Sneak preview.
That's another rabbit.
I mean, this is the best segue because we're going to be talking about a fan favorite.
You know, aside from Springtrap.
Yes. That is right.
I thought she was going to be a legendary. I was just guessing, but I guess they did Glitch Trap instead, though.
Basically, Day at the Beach gone terribly, horribly wrong for
I was hoping
this time around
for like foreskins for the, yeah, I know the original crew. Was also wondering if Vanny was coming. Yeah, that's what I just said. Vanny. I just said the same thing. Vanny.
Ace, who is
from Security Breach.
But in more classic Ace fashion, as
got things outfits.
It's very special.
He's rocking a leopard print speedo and what seems to be a very short robe. And don't worry,
okay.
I can hear you typing in chat. I can confirm this outfit is mix and match. So you can go ahead and make those speedos a part of whatever outfit you like. If you want to put it with the top hat from the Alice in Wonderland collection, you can. We're not going to stop you. That's called fashion.
Also put her as a survivor in the security guard form.
Aquatic xenomorph. It's an anglerfish look, and we're really happy with how it turned out. It's very creepy, very cool, and honestly, would not want to run into that while swimming.
Yeah, absolutely not.
And you can expect
dude, I like the xenomorph in Dead by Daylight. I'll probably get that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not kidding. I probably will try and get that. God dang, man. I like the xenomorph cosmetics
and they're gonna be wearing
from Alien they put in this game.
So these collections we have.
God dang, another one that I'll probably end up getting.
Oh my gosh, choose your
I'll probably end
size.
up getting that.
But thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah,
on
I'll
the
probably
couch
end up
to
getting
talk
it.
about all the latest collections that'll be coming.
Because of fish.
I'm super excited, and it was great to
Wow.
have you, Hollis.
Oh, thank you for having me. This was so much fun.
It was so much fun. So next, I'm going to be on the couch here with Eric for all of our Dead by Daylight creators out there to talk about the creator program. So stay tuned.
Yeah, because I know, right? Vanessa as a security guard for him, as a survivor. Yeah, creator program. I was like, where's Vanny? Vanny's a rabbit from Security Breach. She's also a rabbit, but it's not Springtrap. But then they got Glitch Trap instead from Health Wanted, the VR game. Yeah, how about that? Dun dun.
Back. How about them pants?
The music.
If there was no sound effect, that would be
What the heck with the
Yeah.
air horn?
Stream capabilities, the technology is amazing. Just a quick note, I did see people
the guitar
thirsting
riff.
for whatever the Hattie cosmetic is. We just didn't have an
Live
image for it, I'm sorry.
life
So please just stay
free
tuned a
and
little
life.
longer. It's great.
Forever.
All right, now we're going to talk about the
Do
creator
the
program.
thing. Yeah,
So,
with the music.
PAX a few weeks ago.
I love the
as
theme
we said a
music
couple
for Dead by
times, we put
Daylight.
a stream there. We did
How long
mention
have you been
there's a
playing
new
through
creator
it?
program on the horizon.
I've been
We're
playing
going
this
to
game
talk about
since
the next stream, which is
2018.
This stream.
Yeah.
So let's do that.
Since I checked out the
today.
Halloween
So we've got
event,
more details
the
to share.
Hollowed
So,
Blight event, before
current
the Blight
creator
became a
program,
killer.
as you probably know, is called the
Hollowed
Fog
Blight
Whisperers.
event. That was the
They're
first
amazing
Halloween event I
people
covered
that I've
for
gotten to
Dead by
meet a bunch
Daylight.
of now, very
So I check out
thankful for
seasonal
that.
events and game
They're
events.
awesome. They're content creators on all things.
So you
Dead
want
by
to go back and look at my
Daylight,
older
and,
videos, you'll see when I first played that.
While many of those relationships are going to continue for sure, it's also time that we're going to open the door.
Back
to
in
new
2018.
folks.
Even though
Something we've
the
heard a lot
game
of,
came
how
out in
can I get into the
2016,
program?
I came in and
So
started
that's
playing
what
it
we're
2
gonna
years
start
later.
So for starters,
Michael Myers
we're
was
actually
already in the game
hire
at the
name
time I was
Fog
playing.
Whisperers. So that crew
Michael
remains
Myers was in the game when I started
the
playing.
Stratosphere as the Fog
So I
Whisperer
saw Michael Myers in there while I was playing the game on Halloween night.
Dead by Daylight creator program.
What are the odds? I come across
but
Michael
don't
Myers
worry,
in the
for
game
anyone wondering,
on Halloween night
most Fog
as I was
Whisperers
playing
are
the
still
game
staying
during
on
this
with us as
Halloween event.
pillars of our new
It's an older video I had on that channel.
Do not worry about that.
That's when I
And
first
on
started
top of the
playing,
new name,
back in
actually, the goal of our
2018.
creator program is
Before
to
the
make partnering
in-game
with Dead by
collapse even
Daylight
existed,
even
remember?
easier and better for the creators
The in-game
involved.
collapse before
We're
that even
expanding
existed in the
benefits
game.
attached to working with us, and we'll be
You got the Blight.
welcoming
It
an
was really
even
good. Oh, you
wider
got the
range
Blight.
of personalities and content.
Yeah,
focused
the
on
Blight
game.
as a killer in the
So if you're a
game.
creator and you've always wanted to work with Dead by Daylight, now is the time to make that happen.
Yes. So some benefits that we're being explicit about.
What
that
they
was
just said
mentioned
there about
include
being a
opportunities
creator.
like access to live events, like PAX we were just at,
I'm
giveaways for your
well,
communities, and
yeah,
new ways to
I just
engage
covered the
with your
in-game
game,
events
like
on it.
getting regular updates on major releases
Stuff like
before
this
anyone else
from
gets
time
those
to time.
updates. Early access opportunities to stream and capture content,
Let's
and even be
actually
featured
check-
in our
I'll
content,
check
like
it
on
out.
streams like today.
Started around the
we're gonna be
same
testing
time
out
when
something
it was
other,
free
than that, which is
for
really
PS
cool because I
Plus.
got to
Oh,
work
that's
directly on
nice.
it, called the Support a Creator program. It's a program within a program, I suppose. But your
This thing's
Support a
nice.
Creator has become kind of a industry standard thing you might be familiar with. It's a
Mm-hmm.
chance for you as the community of a streamer or YouTuber or whatever, to support your favorite creator with your purchases in the game.
Well,
you don't have to
well.
pay any extra, but you put in their creator code and they get a cut.
Like, if I had a
of the
creator
Orc
code,
cells that
you
you're
put
buying
that
in
in,
Dead by
yeah.
Daylight. So we're going to do a little pilot of that, see
Yep.
how it goes. If it goes well, we do hope to roll it out wider and larger.
That sounds nice.
So
They're doing that
yes.
with this
Oh
game.
yes, it wouldn't be
Like
a creator
Fortnite kinda
subject
does
without
it.
Twitch
We got to
shirts.
talk about Twitch shirts.
Twitch shirts I wake
The whole
up in the middle of the
Twitch
night
shirt thing.
thinking of Twitch shirts.
Hot sweats.
Hot sweats. Well, that's just me anyway. Okay, so Twitch shirts. Twitch shirts has become a big thing, as you know. It was never meant to become a big thing, but also wasn't well defined. How do I get them? Why does that
You have a
person get them and I
PlayStation
don't
as
get
well?
them? And I think those are totally fair questions. And actually, we
play the
wanted
game
to
on
tie it
PlayStation.
to the launch of this new creator program, so it was very clear. Here's the guidelines to get into the creator program. You get into the creator program, you get a Twitch shirt. So that's the new way of getting Twitch shirts.
This guitar riff lives
Throwing them out randomly.
free in my
method
head forever.
Has been
When
retired.
D said
for
that in the
now, at
chat
least.
earlier, it's funny.
So if you get into the new creator program, you will be rewarded with a lot of things, but also a Twitch shirt. So
Like getting the
I think there's a
creator
note on
program.
that. So we're going to be granting the upcoming Twitch shirts for our next original Survivor to the creator program folks, and anyone who already has Twitch shirts, you get to hold on to the ones you have, but we won't continue to build your Twitch shirt collection. You got to get into the creator program.
Yes, so if you're interested in adding your voice to our community of creators, our new Dead by Daylight creator program website is now live, where you can go ahead and read the code of conduct and find out how you can go ahead and fill the form to apply to get yourself submitted into the program. So the link should already be pinned in chat.
Yep. And
Could
our
look
creative
into
team,
that.
Which is kind of a sister team to our
could.
team. It's not us. They're going to be at TwitchCon EU. That's short for Europe. And just from May 31st to June 1st in Rotterdam. So you can go chat with them in person and get more details. Make sure you know that they become aware of you. What does that
Introduce
mean? What
yourself.
a weird. That's thank you. English. I've just learned English. But also a really cool thing we're doing at that TwitchCon is sponsoring the Horror Games Community Meetup. We attended it last year at TwitchCon North America. It was super dope. I got to go and meet a bunch of you cool creators. But now it's sponsored by Dead by Daylight, which is kind of fitting, so you can go and enjoy that and meet some of the
Play
team
on
there.
PC, but
Okay, enough
have
about creators.
crossplay enabled.
Let's answer some questions from the
Same here.
community. Let's do a Q&A.
Oh,
Nope, sorry.
Q&A now.
One more thing we're going to do. We're going to
What?
talk about the stats tracker I mentioned at the top of the show.
Yes.
Stat tracker.
Stats.
Right? Right?
Jesus.
It's a live stream, folks. It's a live stream.
Going insane.
In a couple of weeks, we're going to be debuting a new feature that you guys have been asking for a long time, which is the official Dead by Daylight stats tracker. So for anyone who knows the game, a lot can happen over the course of a trial. You can boon a totem, get hooked. You could get a pallet stun, get hooked. You know, there plenty of things happen.
Including getting hooked?
And so, yeah, especially.
Is
So
it getting
players
hooked?
have always wanted to know more information about their matches. and this
Do I really
website
want to know how many times
is
I've been
key to giving
hooked?
you that information.
And what I should have done at the start of this.
How many times
when
you
we got
ever
ready, I
escape
should
a
have
trial?
said
Hardly
stats tracker
ever.
And then air horn, so I'm going to try to.
I don't need a
Stats
stat tracker to tell me
tracker!
that. I don't need a stat tracker to tell me that I hardly ever am able to
in the
escape,
21st
period.
century. Stats
I
are
just
being
know from
tracked as far
experience.
back as September 1st,
Very little.
2020. That's just a limitation on the data that
my
we have.
God.
So we're going back to
Hope the
September 1st,
stat
2020. So
doesn't
you'll be able to
make
see
it
your own
even
personal
more
journey in
toxic.
Dead by
Oh,
Daylight. A random person
yeah.
just walked in the
I know
room.
what you mean, dude.
And all your milestones over that time. The team has been
Milestones.
the
Well,
team has been
milestones
looking
from
at
the
actually approaching it like a
quests.
fitness app, which I think is a cool approach for killers and
Fitness app?
survivors, which I think would keep you fit actually if you're one of those things.
What?
Well, I mean, survivors
Fitness
run
app.
all the time.
Yes.
What's a fitness app do with Dead by
so it should be a
Daylight?
fun way to track your personal progress.
The killers should get
Stats
in
Tracker
fit
website
and
is going
shape
to launch on
while they're going around jogging
17th.
trying to
It'll
gut
be able to
survivors.
access it either on desktop
Get
or
fit and shape while you run from the
so it's super simple to
run
use,
from the
and all
killer.
you'll need is a
Cat and
behavior account
mouse.
with at least one platform you play Dead by Daylight linked with it. You can also link multiple platforms with cross progression and combine all your stats from wherever you play the game. There's the general statistics page at the start where you can see your global stats like hours played, specific play time and matches, total
Whoa.
matches, and more. You can also switch between
Where's
the
the
main stats for killer and
envelopes?
survivor.
Yes, select one and you'll
Look
be
at
able
that.
to see things like who your most played characters are, who your top characters
I know
are for
David
each
King is
role.
one of my most
You
played.
can dive in each character
sure.
and dig into details like emblems, average blood points earned, and even more than that.
Yeah, so we'll also be showing
He's
you
one of my
super
most played
useful
David King.
details, like what your top perks were, both
As
in
I like
terms
his
of your
perks.
hit rate, your kill or escape rate. You can also see which
Wow,
ones
that's
really
what they're
found the most
saying here.
success for you and play the game.
Yep. And a
Look
few
at
more
that.
things you might be wondering about. The site will be super current. So meaning
this
your match history will update almost
is
immediately
gonna
after a
make
match is finished in the game.
Sweats
So
even
stats
sweatier.
also refresh every 24 hours,
jeez.
meaning
I guess.
where to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you link a new platform, which some people may be doing, it could take up to 24 hours before you start seeing those
always
platform
seem
stats.
to ruin the fun.
And
in a lot of
finally,
games.
it could
That
change
they
in
do
the
it in
future
every
too.
game
This
you
is the
could think
first
of.
iteration, as with most of the things we put out. First
Not just
iteration,
that,
we'll
by the
build on
way.
it. It's
I
gonna
don't
focus on
understand how this
1v4
game would be
matches and
competitive.
major
I really
seasonal
don't.
events like Blood Moon,
Doesn't make sense to
Anniversary,
me for this
Halloween,
game to be
and the
competitive.
winter event.
It is
as of
eventual.
now,
It's
custom
not
matches
even
won't be
open.
counted
It's not
in your
even
stats,
even.
but we're going to be
to
looking
just
at adding
do
limited time
competitive.
events like Lights Out, Chaos Shuffle, and even
Not
2v8
even. How do you
in the
compete
future down the road.
on
I
an
can't wait
asymmetrical,
for
like,
Chaos Shuffle for it to tell me how
with
many
not
times I
even
got
number.
reminder. I would love
like
that.
2 versus 2,
And
1
like with
versus
everything
1.
we do here at Dead by
4
Daylight, the
versus
stats
1? How do
tracker
you?
is something where, as Eric said, we're going
Doesn't
to be
make
building
sense.
on. So there's already a
You have
ton
someone
in
trying
there.
to
We wanna
kill
make
you,
sure that
and you're
it's
trying to
available
scoop and
for
survive.
players. But
How
if
is that
there's
something
anything you wanna
competitive?
see added, feel free to let us know on socials.
Doesn't
so
make
that we can
sense
let
to
the
me.
team know and see about updating it for the future.
So keep an eye out for more info. We're very close to that release. It's actually going to release alongside this chapter, which is scheduled for June 17th of this year, by the way. So a couple weeks.
June 17th.
So only a couple of weeks away. And
June
as I
17th is
tried
when
to
this chapter
transition
comes
to
out.
Before, why don't we do a Q&A?
So Q&As.
Yeah, let's
Ooh,
jump
what?
to it. I don't know if we have. Do we have a card thing?
2v4.
We got 2 minutes. Oh, okay. We're close to PTB time, so we're going to zoom.
PTB time.
We
I'm gonna go live on
have
Twitch
2
for the
live streams in
PTB and
1
check
month.
out FNAF.
Five Nights at Freddy's anniversary. We know
That we
you
just saw.
Oh Jesus, that's sorry. I'm reading what was written for me. Okay, here's the
I
actual
gotta
question.
get
There have been
the
complaints
PTB
about
set up
cheats and
though, so I
hackers in
can
the
do
game
it.
at the moment. Is
Check
there
out
something
everything
you
we
can
just
say
saw
about
here.
how you're addressing this?
The war against cheaters and hackers is a long-standing one, and that's for
You
sure.
can-
And while it will always be
What's
there,
in
there are
games like-
definitely steps
yeah,
that
I
we're
know,
taking to
Smash
resolve this
Bros.
as
and
much as possible.
Splatoon,
So during the
which
upcoming
makes
months,
the
you can
game
expect
less
to
fun,
receive
yeah.
clearer game rules,
I
code
know.
conduct, and regular updates on our war against cheaters, as well as strengthening our anti-cheat protocols. That's not all that we're doing, of course,
Anti-cheat.
but there will also be other things that we can't discuss. As we get more and closer to that, we'll be giving you more information on
Development.
and we don't want to be giving cheaters and hackers, roundabouts for our protocols.
Yeah, can't give them that peek behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Cheaters are losers.
Right.
Yesterday, the developer update went live explaining the Go Next prevention. How does this affect survivor perks that allow you to get off the hook? And how will the feature prevent survivors leaving the game early, abandoning their teammates?
So Go Next, otherwise known as giving
Yes.
up on the hook early in the match.
God.
Firstly, it ruins the match for everyone involved on the survivor team and the killers, because sometimes they have things that they've got to do too. So frustration around this has been very high as of late, and with the test happening in the PTB, the chance to get off the hook early in the match will be removed unless you have perks or offerings that affect this. Deliverance and
Download
Wicked will stay
PTB.
the same, and their activation
Yeah,
conditions
exit.
have not changed. For
Excited.
example,
Yeah, I'm gonna
playing
download
for-
it too.
Playing for the hatch, so when 2
They'll probably
survivors
have it
left
set up
and the
and
survivor
such
that is hooked
after I end this
will
reaction
try
video.
to allow themselves to die
And we'll go.
faster,
I'll see you
so that
guys when
the
I'm
other
live
person
at
can get the
Twitch.
hatch.
We'll check all this stuff out.
That is still going to happen in the
It
game
won't
as
be
well.
towards the end of this.
Right. With the bulk spending option, so another awesome
could
quality
see
of life
FNAF
feature coming with this release.
after
will we be
everything we
allowed
just
to
saw.
choose what items that we can spend
For
our
this.
BP on?
So in
Items.
this iteration, you could actually choose how many levels you'll want to spend your blood points on. So you can't currently
blood point bulk
choose
system.
that very specifically. And it's going to be done automatically, and you will receive a pop-up that shows what was purchased after it's completed, and it's going to be very quick. So we will monitor the feedback on this and see how it performs, and then we'll make some changes moving forward.
Oh, this one's for me. What is Eric's favorite animatronic? So people
Really?
who follow me might remember I put up a picture that my son drew that I thought was Shrek. And then I posted it, and people were like, "That's Springtrap, idiot!" And then everyone speculated Springtrap was coming to the game, which at
Wow.
the time I had zero knowledge of.
That's funny.
But because of that, Springtrap
Really?
for sure is my favorite animatronic because
Wow.
I lived through some stuff with that. Do you have a favorite?
Yeah, I think for me, it would have to be Freddy Fazbear.
Oh, yeah.
Freddy Fazbear. Freddy.
Gotta go with the classic.
Okay,
Freddy.
are you going to continue with the quality of life? In particular, the anti-slugging
Freddy,
fix?
Bonnie,
We are
Chica,
definitely
Foxy.
continuing with the quality of life features
Or
that we
animatronics.
advertised earlier this year. So don't worry about that. With this PTB, we'll be focusing on the Go Next feature, bulk blood point spending, and extreme hiding. Then, in the upcoming releases, we'll be focusing on phase 2 of the plan, so more information will be available as we head closer to that phase. But rest assured, this is still a very large focus for us. This is very important, and we want to be very careful with making sure we're addressing issues in the correct way the first time.
Final
Life
question,
features.
where is Maurice?
Yeah.
If you're new to the game, Maurice is our beloved horse who happens to have 3 eyes,
Maurice.
drips blood.
Yeah.
He's been missing from the game for a few weeks. And
The
I
Dredge
think
get him?
now is the time to let
The
people
Dredge?
know.
Yeah, let me know.
He took a vacation to Japan.
What?
I'm serious.
Without me?
Without you, without me.
That's silly.
Pretty selfish.
Yeah.
A horse?
If you want a glimpse
Going to Japan?
into his adventure in Japan, you got to play that new Assassin's Creed game.
Oh.
Yeah,
What?
Shadows.
Ooh, collab.
That's all I'm
Oh
going to
my
say. Go
God.
find out for yourself. Maurice will return soon, I hope.
That's so weird.
Come back.
So, that's
Ah.
it. You've listened to us yammer long enough. I don't have a time, but I believe we're already past time, so PTB should already be rolling out. Thank you for joining us for our 5 minutes at Freddy's official stream, and we hope you're as excited about the chapter as we are.
Yes, and from all of the requests,
Yes.
we know you probably are. So thank you so much for sitting here with us, and now it's time for you to go and play the live PTB and test drive Springtrap for the first time.
We've got tons more of amazing content coming your way this year, and the anniversary is also just around the corner, so stay tuned for good stuff to come. And creators, we hope to hear from you soon.
Yes, so thank you everyone for the welcome back to stream messages on Twitter. This is a live stream,
Yes.
dang it. But we will be rolling out into the fog now, so you stay safe out there. Good luck and hiding and hunting.
And let's get one more air horn right now. Thank you, everybody. Have fun.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh my God.
God. Please. Thank you for watching. For more DVD content, check out these creators. Yeah. Hey, Polyester! I was just talking about him a while ago. Yeah, Polyester. Ghost Arcade. Hots. Bizarre. I have trouble pronouncing this guy's name. I see some of these people already. Yeah, these 3. Haven't really seen these people yet. But I've seen these 3. Yeah. Other content creators that do Dead by Daylight. Polyester is one of them that I see from time to time. Well, I'm sure he's live right now, covering this, reacting to this and such. He was co-streaming this. He's gonna do the PTB. I'll be going live on Twitch shortly after the end of this YouTube video that I'm doing this live reaction video. I'm checking this. So thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing. Eager and active. Dead by Daylight. For more DVD content, check out, Dead by Daylight's 9th anniversary. So, yeah, I'm gonna download the PTB, and I'm gonna check out Springtrap. I'll see you guys when I go live for Twitch for that. Yep. That'll be up to it. But so, yeah. They have Twitch drops, too. When I'm live on Twitch, you guys can get Twitch drops. As they just told us. This podcast we just reacted to. They should put Foxy as this killer, too. Foxy? I don't know, how would they put Foxy in there? Weird. Some people thought, what, Foxy would be like a legendary skin for the Blight? Kinda weird though, because Foxy's moves are a little different from the Blight, you know? I mean, I don't know. I mean, why would you want Freddy Fazbear to place bear traps on the floor if he was a legendary skin for the Trapper? It just doesn't fit Freddy Fazbear, you know? Since when does Freddy Fazbear ever place a bear traps on the floor? You see what I mean? It's weird. I can't really see that happening. You see my point? I mean, I can't really see Foxy injecting himself like the Blight. What the heck? You know, he's French and such. Yes, Foxy's French. Hey, thanks for subscribing. Welcome to that channel. How's it going? Yeah, good. Foxy could be a suit-based killer. Yeah, I know. Suit-based killer. Like the Blight. I don't see Blight. I mean, I don't see Foxy injecting himself like the Blight. Because you have to remember, even if it's a skin, it might... Oh, then again, I guess their animations would be a little different. It's just their killer power has to already be somewhat similar to that already existing killer. If there was just going to be like a legendary skin for that existing killer. You see what I mean? Like how they put Nodding Bear as a legendary skin for Trapper. I feel like it'd just be kind of weird if Freddy Fazbear was placing bear traps on the ground. It doesn't do that. So that's my point. Scott Cawthon wants his creations to be true to the source material. He doesn't want anything that's not, not normally shown in the games. That's how Scott Cawthon is with his own creation. You don't understand how he is like that with it, so we want it to be as accurate or something like that. You understand like how he said it from in his interviews, like with Daco. You know what I'm talking about. It's another content creator who covers Five Nights at Freddy's stuff. I was just playing that as an example. So, yeah, we just saw it. Yeah, some other people are already trying to check it out themselves. So, yeah, after I end this reaction video, I'm just gonna go see if I go live on Twitch and we can check it out. Yeah, I see it here. Polyester's Five Nights at Freddy's Livestream and P2P Twitch shop. Yeah. Yeah, that's... Yeah, I see a thumbnail here already from Polyester. One of the content creators there just showed on screen that we saw. Yeah, he's live. Of course he is. That's funny. We just saw that a while ago. Like, yeah, it is. Of course, the Oni is kind of a... Yes, right, the Oni. Exactly, the Oni is kind of a stupid-based killer with the blood fear. Yeah, I know. Right. Oh, you mean like Foxy would be similar to that? I don't know. You would have to do something different instead of pulling out a sword instead of using a mace. I guess he could use his hands or something. Do you have Treacher Collins syndrome? I had a cousin with that condition. Yes! This is Treacher Collins syndrome. This is what I'm born with. Called Treacher Collins syndrome. What they call a genetic disorder or mutation. Oh, I'm a real life mutant. As a joke about it. Well, technically, yeah. This is a mutation I was born with, but yeah. Pretty much. Yep, I have to download the P2V first. When I get that taken care of, I'll be live on Twitch and I'll see you guys over there. If you're interested, you can find my Twitch. If you haven't yet, you can find my Twitch channel inside the description down below, along with the rest of my social media. That's if you're new. And you want to find me if I go live over there, which I will be. But what's the P2V? It's called the Public Test Build. Public Test Build. It's only available on Steam, to be honest. Yeah, that's the only way to access it, I guess, from what I know, on Steam. It's where, Public Test Build. They test stuff out very early on before it ends up on the live build. The live build, Like, oh, let's test this feature out before we release it onto the actual live build of the actual game. It's only a test things. They don't know if they'll actually release this to the actual, game itself. Yeah. It's like a public test version of the game. but it's not part of the actual live base game itself. Where you test stuff out before actually making it part of the actual game, whether or not they'll use the feature or not. That's what, if you get what I mean, what the public test build means. That's supposed to, I guess, only available for Steam, I guess. But yeah, pretty much, yeah, we just saw Springtrap, Five Nights at Freddy's chapter, everything revealed. They didn't show gameplay. Like, what the heck, man? We saw what it looked like, though. It was like, wow. That was something. I'm trying to find it right now. Where's the P2V? There it is. There it is. I see it. Look, right here. Yeah, I'll show you guys on screen. See here, right here? Look, it is. Beta. None. Here it is. Public test. Public branch on P2V environment or actual P2V public test build. Yeah, I'll click on that and look, it's starting to download it. So yeah, it's not the actual live game. It's kind of like a test version of the game itself. It's not the actual live game. Basically, yeah. That's of stuff that's not fully released yet, you know? So this chapter, they said this chapter won't be out until June 17th. You know, we're getting an early test of it, an early experience of it before it's fully released. Just to, you know, test out any bugs or glitches just during the public test build to like remove before it ends up in the actual finalized version of the actual chapter itself. Yeah, testing things for it before it ends up in the final version of the actual chapter. That's a public test. That's another way of describing the public test. Yeah, see, I'm updating it right now. So, and when that finishes, I'll be live on Twitch. I'll probably still be live on Twitch. Ooh, hopefully it finishes by then. When I finish that. So yeah, this is me doing this live reaction video to the second part, the second half of the 9-year anniversary broadcast. It's part 2 of Dead by Daylight's 9-year anniversary broadcast. Yeah, they did a part 2 where this one was mostly focused entirely on Five Nights at Freddy's. And that's what I just reacted to. They actually, at least they use Glitch Trap. They use Glitch Trap as a legendary skin. I gotta check out the Matthew Lillard Yellow Rabbit one. I'm probably gonna see if I can like get a hold of that during the P2V and see if we can actually use that skin within the P2V. I'm not kidding. Because, well, then again, here's the thing. Everything you do within the P2V kind of stays in the P2V. It doesn't carry over to the actual live version of the actual game. So, even if I do get the Yellow Rabbit, Matthew Lillard, you know, legendary skin of Springtrap, even I do get the legendary skin during the P2V, and they have to actually get it again in the actual, like, but no, the game will probably, there'll probably already be some orc cells in there for me if I want to try and get it or something. It's just a test version. You know, it's not like, oh, I'm spending actual money on a, like, unreleased thing yet. But they'll let you, like, play around with it there. You'll see what I mean when I actually boot up the game and I show it to you guys. You'll actually see it in game. Yeah, I'm trying to download the P2V so we can see all that stuff. Like, actually see the gameplay of Springtrap. I'm gonna start up and we'll see that in there once I get it all set up after doing this live reaction video. Yeah, this is the first time I did a reaction video other than the anniversary broadcast. Usually every time I do a live reaction video to anything Dead by Daylight, it's during the anniversary, like, yeah, the anniversary, like, broadcast itself. I just did one to a chapter. I haven't really done a live reaction to a chapter in Dead by Daylight. This is, I guess, the first one. Like, yeah, I could have, like, reacted to when they showed Castlevania, Tokyo Ghoul, or what is that called? The, dang it, for the Houndmaster? I forgot what that one was called. Yeah, I didn't react to that one. I could have. but that's not what happened. No, I still saw them. I just didn't do a reaction video on this. But this time I did with Five Nights at Freddy's. I wanted to do a reaction video on this one. But then I'll probably do that reaction video on the next chapters too. Yeah, I'll probably start doing that. Because I usually only... Thing is, I usually only do reaction videos on Dead by Daylight's anniversary. Which, this is a part 2 of it, so... Yeah, normally. But, yeah, maybe that'll change in the future. Of course. Of course, the live version of the game still has 2v8, which again doesn't end until the 29th. This is the public test build of the game. It's not out released yet. Stuff that's not yet released. Remember, Five Nights at Freddy's is not available until the chapter is not available until June 17th. That's what they said. If I'm not mistaken from what I remember them saying in there. So yeah, I can't wait to go in and see all that in there. Five Nights at Freddy's P2B Day. Springtrap's power and cosmetics that they like press release. Like polyester talking about it. As a notification about it. Oh, I guess he just posted a thing about it himself. I know, I just saw that and I just flat out said that out loud. I'm gonna check it out myself. What the heck, man? Yeah, I know. I watch other content creators who cover content on Dead by Daylight or other games besides Dead by Daylight. Sometimes when I'm not doing any videos myself. So, like a purchase of the chapter, or in other words, a beta. Yeah, it's kind of like a beta. The chapter's not out yet. No one can purchase it yet. It's part of the beta. You could say it's part of the beta. Yeah, it's an early version of the chapter before the release version of the chapter. An early look at it. Yeah, we're basically testing it out and such before it comes out on June 17th. So, however way it is in its current state now may not be the same as it is in the actual full release. They might adjust some things where, oh, say, like, oh, this seems too, like, underpowered, let's tone up a bit, or it seems overpowered, so then, like, adjust some things or whatever from however way it was in the YouTube compared to live version. I guess that's one way of putting it as an example. What they do during the beta. They test out features before it ends up in the actual full live release of the game. Yeah, most games do that on Steam, you know? That's why it's a thing on Steam. Still updating. I think it'll finish updating by... it says that's 16%, 17%. Yeah, this'll take a while. I could go live on Twitch right now and, like, just be talking to you guys until it finishes. But yeah, I know I'm just talking to you guys about this, what I'm trying to do next. So, yeah, I'll see you guys over there. Yeah, this has been me doing a live reaction to Dead by Daylight's 9th year anniversary, like, live stream, part 2 of it, where we covered everything about Five Nights at Freddy's chapter. That's what they covered in this whole video that I just did a reaction to. Reaction video, co-stream, whatever you want to call it. You know, if you're reacting to something, you're kind of just co-streaming, you know? Kind of are, pretty much. Yeah, it was. Of course. Yeah, can't wait to check it out. I'm trying to start it up right now. I'm downloading it, the P2B, as we speak. Yeah, I liked this broadcast. This is a part 2 to it. Yeah, I enjoyed that. Can't wait to actually see it all again when I go to the P2B. You know, we just saw pictures of it. We didn't see gameplay footage. They explained that those doors are just like the what they said camera, like, oh, the cameraman sits in the camera, what you call it, station, I forget, like in the actual games themselves. You're sitting there, you're looking through the cameras, you flip through different cameras and you try to find Springtrap through each of the cameras. Yeah, just like you do in the actual FNAF games. That's what you do with those doors that they showed inside Dead by Daylight. It's like, what the heck? They somehow incorporated the actual gameplay experience that you remember from the actual Five Nights at Freddy's games inside Dead by Daylight. That's weird. You'll see me when we check it out, because that's what they told us. I can't wait to see how Springtrap's power actually looks, like seeing it in action after hearing them explain it. He has a butcher knife. Excuse me, he has a pizza knife, and an axe. The dude has like 2 weapons, and he throws the fire, like what? Throws the fire axe? Use it like a grappling? What the heck, man? From what I heard, we'll see how that actually looks in action when I actually start playing around with it in the game. Yeah, I can't wait to see that when it starts up. So, like yep. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can grab those legendary skins too during the P2B, like see it in action. Can't wait to do that. So, yeah, what did you guys think? Yeah, what did you guys think of this part 2 of the 9th anniversary podcast, where they went over nothing but Dead by Daylight? Excuse me, when they covered Five Nights at Freddy's chapter during this entire live stream broadcast that I reacted to. They're talking about Five Nights at Freddy's and the collections in there. Like Toxic Springtrap is purple. Dang, man. Toxic Springtrap. I like the Toxic Springtrap, man. Or Glitch Trap. I don't know, who knows? Maybe they will do Vanny in the future. Vanny is another rabbit, though. Because people were in theory, people in the Five Nights at Freddy's community were thinking Vanny was Vanessa. They think Vanessa and Vanny were the same person. Remember that? In theory. Were they the same person? I don't know about that. But that was a theory, that people thought Vanny was Vanessa or Vanessa was Vanny. If you play the Security Breach, you know what I'm talking about. I've only seen other people play Security Breach. I haven't played it myself. But yeah. When I start to play it, who knows? Someday I'll start playing Security Breach. Someday when I get to that point. That Security Breach is just the start of a new era. After the William Afton era, you know, William Afton stuck in Ultimate Custom Night, and now somehow he ends up in the fog? How did he end up in the fog after being in his own purgatory through Ultimate Custom Night? You know? Now he's in the fog somehow. So how's that tied in, like, the canon lore of Five Nights at Freddy's? I can only wonder if they'll touch up on that. Maybe in a rift or something at some point, because they don't do tomes anymore. We'll see what they do with the lore in the future for this game. Looks good. They should have at least showed some gameplay. I know, right? That's what I was wondering. Where's the gameplay? They talked about the gameplay and showed us images, pictures. Like a freaking pizza knife. Good God, man. That's brutal. That reminded me of a machete. Why did it almost look like a machete to me? I'm not kidding. It was a pizza knife. It wasn't a machete, though. It almost looked like a machete. Good God, man. It looked like it had pizza sauce on it still. Or was that pizza sauce? Ugh, like tomato sauce. Was it, though? Ugh. Must have been something else. Yeah. Probably. Ah! We'll see it again once I start the game up after it finishes downloading. Yeah, I know. We'll see some gameplay. I'm going into P2B. They probably wanted to save it for us to actually see it for ourselves. They probably wanted us to check it out for ourselves by going into the P2B, you know? Since they didn't show it, we'll let you see that and discover it for yourselves through the P2B. I guess that's could be probably why they didn't show any actual gameplay during the whole thing. But yeah, they showed a little sneak peek of the music. You heard the music in the background? What the? Is that chase music? It's the theme, the FNAF theme through Dead by Daylight theme mashed together. You know how they mashed the theme of one franchise with the Dead by Daylight theme together? Like, say they take the Stranger Things theme music for Stranger Things and the theme music of Dead by Daylight and just mash them together in twine. That's what they did with the Five Nights at Freddy's theme music mashed with the Dead by Daylight theme. It's like, what? That sounded so weird when they showed it, when they were starting it up. But all they showed was they just showed a picture of Springtrap on screen. And then they showed actual pictures of him in game. Like, just screenshots of him in game. So the guy actually grabs you. We'll have to see what that's like when I actually check it out in the game. We'll have to see. Yeah, it's like having to see gameplay through streamers only or playing yourself is a weird choice. Yeah, I know. I see what you mean, dude. I was wondering the same thing. I was like, why did they show anything? Weird. I mean, none of it's actually finished yet. You have to realize that. It's not finished yet. That's the whole point of a P2B. They want us to test it out first and fix any things that they would adjust before it ends up in the full release. I guess, maybe. I don't know, man. It's weird. But yeah. I was wondering the same thing. So why'd they show anything? It's like, where's some gameplay? Show us some gameplay already. You guys are just sitting there talking to us about it. Jesus. It's like, what the frick? Show us some gameplay already. It's like, what? You hear me saying that earlier. Like, what are they doing? It's funny. Okay, we get it. You're showing some pictures. They look great. Like actual screenshots. And then again, but they showed the fire axe and the pizza cutter thing. Good God. I want to see it in action though. They wanted us to see it for ourselves. Yeah. Plus there's Twitch drops too. So when I go live on Twitch, go to Twitch drops. So alright, yeah. That's it for this part 2 anniversary, 9th anniversary broadcast that I did a live reaction to. Well, check it out. Five Nights at Freddy's. PTV is still updating on my end. So, yeah, right, I already asked you guys, what did you guys think? You guys can let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought about it and such, about this and such. Yeah. Can't wait to actually check it out. Actually hear Matthew Lillard talk as the Yellow Rabbit, the legendary skin for Springtrap. Gotta hear that. Yeah. They did show like a little video of him like actually like doing some of the voice lines and such, dialogue, like recording in a recording booth. It did at one point. If you remember that. Ollie, that's and free. Come out where you are, or something like that. So he was saying some stuff like that. That was just a preview of him, I guess, sample of what he was doing when he was recording the voice lines. Yeah, no, those were some things I remember him saying, but that was when he was in the recording booth. They actually showed us, if you remember that. Yeah, they showed that. Did they actually show that the first part of the anniversary podcast? But yeah, all right. Anyway, yeah, you guys can let me know what you guys thought about this anniversary, this part 2 of this 9th anniversary of seeing everything about Five Nights at Freddy's. At least from what they showed us. You can let me know what you guys want. Well, I guess if you liked the studio reaction video or something, yeah, you guys can let me know whether or not I guess you did with the like button or whatever. That helps out so I know what you guys like to see more of. Well, you know, right. Wanna keep up with everything. I guess if you're new to my channel and you're seeing this for the first time, whether you're seeing this live, I guess want to see more content like this or another content creator channel, you know, you can subscribe or hit the bell notifications, you know, when I do my next live video or upload, or follow me on all my social medias in the description down below, like Twitch channel if you want. What the heck? Ow. Ah. Hey, Navera. Hope I said that right. Thanks for subbing. Yeah, you said that as I just mentioned it. I was like, hey, alright, well, thanks. Let's appreciate it. Yeah, welcome Lord. You can if you'd like to. That's what I was trying to say. I was trying to say, hey, if you want to see more, totally up to you. So, yeah, I will be going live on Twitch, so you can find that in the description down below with the rest of my social media. That's also the other thing I was about to get to. We're going to want to keep up with everything I do across all my socials, you know. You can find my Twitch channel and the rest of my other socials in the description down below. Of course, those who are new, but those who are not new, you know, already know that. Yeah, I'll see you guys over when I go live on Twitch. Because of course, I can notify you when I go live on Twitch, like through X or inside my Discord, or you know how that is. You know, that sort of thing. So, yeah, thank you though. Much appreciated. So, yeah. Whether you're seeing this live or not, see you next time. Or if you're seeing this live, well, I'll see you guys later in a bit when I go live on Twitch. If they're curious where my Twitch channel is, just look in the description down below, you'll see where my Twitch channel is down there. And, you know, follow me there or whatever. You know, if you want to, right? So, I'll see you when I go live over there. I have to try to set everything up, though, when I go over there. Well, I'll try to set it up while the P2B is still downloading. Only halfway through. See? Gosh dang it. See, that's how much is downloading right now of the P2B. Still downloading. Almost there, I guess. Dang. 60. Does that say 65%? Yep, only 65%. Hopefully it's finished by the time I go live on Twitch after I end this reaction video. So I'll catch you guys over there, and they even said there's Twitch drops, so we'll be getting the Twitch drops when I go live over there. I'll probably be live, I guess, for more than 6 hours. We'll check it out today. Yeah. Right. I'll see you guys over there, right? Yep. So, yeah. Thanks for being here, guys. Thank you for lurking in the chat. Thanks for checking this out with me if you're seeing this live. Honestly, guys, I don't know how many times I gotta say it. I appreciate the support from you guys, really. Thank you for your support. Those of you who are not new and such, I guess whether you are new or not, you can just, you know, thank you for your support. And just, well, yeah, just thanks for watching, too. Yeah, of this video and such. Thanks for watching watch this far in the video, then hey, thanks for being here. Really, I appreciate it. Couldn't have gotten this far on my channel without you guys, of course. Yep, can't wait to check out the P2B after I end this. It's part of me right now is like, okay, can we just end this so we can go live on Twitch already and check it out, alright? Yeah, what the heck, man? I know, I'm just trying to wrap this all up. I'm trying to make sure I don't leave out anything, because sometimes when I'm trying to say everything here, sometimes I forget to say something, I leave out something. That's kind of also part of it, but yeah, you know where to find me. I'll see you when I go live on Twitch. Again, that's the description down below of this video, or live videos, or my channel. You know how it is. I feel like I don't really need to tell you guys, but at the same time, I feel like it's just, you know, I guess it's just a thing. But part of me is a little like, ugh, about telling you guys that stuff at the end of my video and the outro. Is it really necessary? Especially if you're not new to my videos, do you really have to hear me say that every single time? I only do that for those who are new, but you guys already know. Again, I appreciate you guys being here. Please say it in the chat. Say, hey man, I hope you are excited for this. I'm very excited. Yep, I am. I'm already downloading the P2B. I'm gonna go live on Twitch shortly after I end this video. I'll see you over there if you wanna go over there. No, maybe we'll could play some Survivor. If I play Survivor, actually, you know what? Maybe, well, it's the P2B. I'll probably try and do a custom game. Yeah, custom game. Because I try and play as Killer, you guys play as Survivor. How about that? And we'll just try to check it out. Or I could switch places with someone if one of you guys want to take over the Springtrap, and I do Survivor, and try to, you know, see it from different perspectives on live at Twitch. Or Twitch shops too. Yeah, so you guys can get the Twitch shops. Yep, I am pretty excited for this. Can't wait to check it out, man. Can't believe it's one of the most requested chapters. And I thought Friday the 13th was one of them too. Dang, man. Like what, this is bigger than like Chucky or Alien? I was like, really? But those guys go way back from the 80s, you know? Five Nights at Freddy's is more current. That's more current with the current generation. That's why it's so big and everything. Like, licenses like, you know, Alien, Chucky, or, you know, Freddy Krueger, or that's Nightmare Before Christmas, Halloween. Those are from the 80s, you know? They're not as big now as they were, you know, then, but they're still iconic, you know? They're just not, I guess, as hugely, you know, for this current generation and such. When you think about it, I guess that's one way of putting it. But yeah, I can't wait till if they ever do get Jason in here at some point. Actually change Jason's design, his look. Yeah, I guess we'll find out something about that later. I'll talk about that later. If you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, yeah. What the heck? Am I just going on here rambling? Yeah, I think I'm just... What the heck? I'm trying to end this off and I just think I literally can't remember what I was going to say. But I'll see you guys over there, alright? Yes, so... Yeah. You know where to find me. I've already said it. I'll see you guys over at Twitch, alright? Yes, remember, it's in the description down below. You're still wondering, after I already just freaking said it. Unless you just came here, you're just now hearing me saying this. Yeah, thanks for tuning in with me and seeing this. Whether you've seen this live or not, right? Yes, I already said that. So, yeah. Anyway, what the heck? Parling doesn't even want to, like, that was weird. Yeah, alright, guys. So, yeah, I'll see you when I go live over Twitch shortly after in this. We gotta set up some stuff a little bit. Alright, anyway, you know. And with that said, yep, thanks so much for watching, everybody. Yep, thanks for watching. Everybody, yep, I'll see you next time. Or later in a bit, if you're seeing this live right now. I'll see you later in a bit on Twitch. Yeah, see you next time. Or later in a bit. Yeah, oh wait, like a phone in the way? Hold on, do it. Like, how I do it, like, how I do it when I'm doing it live. It's like, it's just, and then the screen goes black, and that's when the video's over. But that's only if this is recorded, but this is live. So it's like, see you later. I'll see you guys over at Twitch, so we can get some Twitch shots during the TTB. Yep, for the 9th anniversary event. Can't wait for that too, the 9th anniversary event. Can't believe it's the final Twisted Masquerade. Yeah. Dang, just like the Eternal Blight event. Remember that Halloween event? Yeah. I'll see you guys over there. Let's go over at Twitch. We're gonna check out the PTB. Actually almost done downloading as I've been talking here. Yeah, right. See you guys over at Twitch. You're seeing this live. You're not seeing this live? Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Yes. In the next video. Who knows? Maybe I'll see you live in the next video if you're not seeing this live. But yeah. Right. See you guys later in a bit, alright? Yep. Bye. Yeah, thanks for watching. Yep. Thanks for watching. Me doing a live reaction to Dead by Daylight. I can't help but do that every single time I read that. Yeah, me doing a live reaction to Dead by Daylight and their year 9 anniversary broadcast, like stream, part 2 of it. where they covered everything about Five Nights at Freddy's chapter. God, I can't wait to check it out on P2P. P2P is almost finished downloading. I'll see you guys over there, over at Twitch, for Twitch drops. See you guys there in a bit. Like I said, if you still don't know where my Twitch channel is, you can find that in the description down below. I'll see you over there in a bit. Well, I could leave you a link to it inside the chat, but I know if you guys scroll down, just scroll down at the bottom of the YouTube channel, not YouTube channel, the bottom of this video in the description, and you will see it there. Of course, my Twitch channel. That's it here. You've never seen it before. But, yeah. Thanks again, everyone. I'll see you guys when I go live on Twitch. Soon after I end this video. When I started up over there. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll check out this, we're doing this reaction video. Again, Dead by Daylight. Year 9 anniversary broadcast stream, part 2 of it. Of everything Five Nights at Freddy's. That's Five Nights at Freddy's chapter stream. Let's go check out the P2P. Yep. See you guys in a bit over at Twitch. You can see this live, of course. But this is live. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Yep. Bye, ya. You guys over at Twitch. For Twitch drops over at P2P. You guys are like when I go live on Twitch. In a bit. See you guys in a bit. Bye. Yeah. Bye, ya.